Welcome to a special edition Flicks and Swizzle Sticks. We have a surprise edition because... What? A surprise? You guys weren't expecting us right now, were you? And yet here we are. In your living rooms. Or wherever. Bathrooms? I don't know. Do you take your laptops in there? But we've been kind of... Well, basically we needed an excuse for Georgia to use her awesome webcam. Georgia?
Hello. Can you see
Hello, look, and she's not pixely.
Do I look good? Am I smooth?
She looks amazing. Look how smooth your hair looks. It looks like you're not in a Nintendo 64 game.
I know. It's so weird. I don't even know what to do with that. I don't know how. I can't wrap my brain around it.
I'm gonna have to get used to this.
I know. Sorry.
Yeah. So, but basically, we were talking. Well, let's just talk about some of the stuff that we've been watching because we're kind of, well, at least me and Georgia are a bit Netflix obsessed. Melissa is iTunes rental obsessed.
She's a mess now. It's okay.
And we like to go see movies, strangely enough, because we do movie podcasts. So we figured we would just kind of go through and hit on a few recommendations we have for each, and then you guys can go check it out if you want to, or not if it sounds horrible.
If I'm understanding this correctly, this particular podcast is more of a what's out there now.
Oh, thank you, Melissa. What is out there now, streaming and in theaters?
That anyone can just go pick up for themselves or head out to the theater to see.
Yes, I should just let Melissa do my intros.
Why don't you? Seriously, just be quiet, Nikki. Let her do it.
No.
I'll just sit here like this.
Nah.
But yes, because there is a lot of really good out there right now. Even though you think, oh, this is the January slumps. This is when everybody puts out all the crap that they don't, all the crappy blockbusters that they think aren't going to make anything. But there are good movies out there to be seen, and it's Oscar season, so you should be checking out some movies. And a little plug for Movie Pass, if you guys don't have Movie Pass and you like to go see movies a lot, Melissa introduced this to me, and I will love her forever to the end of time because of it. And all it is you just go to MoviePass.com and sign up, and then you pay a flat rate for a month, and then you can go see a movie a day, every 24 hours.
But not the same movie.
Not the same movie. Not one twice.
Maybe you can only see the one movie at one time. But if you're a movie buff and you see upwards of 3 movies a month, it is so worth it. Or, contrarily, if you're someone who wishes you could see more than 3 a month, this is a great deal. MoviePass.com, I can't say enough good things about it. Basically, it's a credit card you pay a flat rate for. And
it's really awesome because then you have a budget for the month, and you never go over that budget in movies.
And you can just see them all the time.
You can just go see, and you know what's awesome about it is that MoviePass, you should pay us for this, by the way. But anyway, or like take off a month for my subscription if you want.
That's what they should do.
Yeah, but like the cool thing is that you don't wait and say, oh, I don't know, I don't really want to spend the money on that movie because I'd rather see a blockbuster. I don't know if I want to go and see, an independent film that I'll just get on Netflix later. Anyway, you just like, hey, why don't we just go see it because it's basically free. I've already paid for it.
There
so
you go.
You get to see a lot wider variety, and you get to see all the Oscar movies.
I have a question.
Yes, Melissa?
It's the middle of the day, and it was suggested that we might have a cocktail, which is completely out of the realm of the rules of the day. But I thought
it is 2 till 5 in the future.
Oh, not here. But I thought that maybe since we've done that we could say what our cocktails are, because I have no idea what you two have. If you
have no idea what I have? It's a secret. I am drinking Diet Coke.
Lame.
I know, but I woke up with a migraine this morning.
Tell us why.
Because I had a lot of wine last night at a game party, and we ate basically snacks for dinner, which was awesome, except I probably should have had like some chicken or something.
Yeah, snacks don't soak up much alcohol.
No, it turns out they don't. So I started off the morning rough, and I decided not to push our luck.
I feel mostly misled.
I know. Yes. And Melissa's drinking something beautiful in blue.
Yeah.
What is
Festive, right? Well.
Yes.
Wait, let me sit down. Okay.
This is a cotton candy martini.
Ooh. What does that mean?
And it tastes a great deal like cotton candy.
Strangely enough, it looks like cotton candy.
Right. It's basically it's Grey Goose and a cotton candy mixer. There you go.
Oh, I wonder if that's just like Curacao or something.
If you go to Amazon and you Google modern cocktail mixes, you can buy a bunch of individual flavorful mixes and have a variety pack. You're welcome.
My God. Melissa's the best at drink recommendations. She makes all the cool stuff.
Good.
And she has like props for them. It's awesome.
All right, Georgia.
Georgia.
Well, I want to point out two things. The first thing I want to point out is that when I recently rewatched one of our podcasts,
yes,
there was a point where Melissa said, I have a question. I would like to know what everybody is drinking.
Yes.
So I had a little flash of deja vu there for a minute.
That's because I always forget.
I know.
100% of the time. I'm always like, let's just talk about the movies.
I am drinking Fireball out of the freezer.
Oh, who taught you how to do that? I don't know.
I can't say it's a secret. But it's getting low, you can see. So I've asked the bartender to bring me a refill, which would be my third refill since it took us a while to get online.
Well,
yes.
And I still have not tried Fireball yet. I was going to try it tonight. I'm sorry. But it's fine. I'll try it eventually. I was going to try it tonight. Does that help? The thought that counts?
Well, I will tell you that if you drink it and by any chance it goes down the wrong pipe, it really, really burns badly. So
okay, so don't judge. It is cinnamon. I mean, I'm a peppermint schnapps girl, so
similar concept.
To burn.
Well, I was drinking this last night, and Bonnie came home from work, and she's like, "What are you drinking?" And I said, "I'm drinking Fireball." And she took a sip. I said, "Here, have a sip." And she took a sip, and she was like, "Wow, it tastes like." And I said, "A Fireball?" She said, "Yeah."
I wonder if that's where they got that name.
I think they may have.
I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not.
I think it is.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, so that's what we're drinking. Thank you, Melissa, for reminding me again. Melissa, do we have any other announcements? Because I'm really bad at it, and you're really good at it.
We do not, Nikki. We do not.
Thank you, Sunshine. So why don't we talk about things then? And I don't know how many of you have Netflix, but everybody but Melissa Braden does. So
I have Netflix.
Yeah, but you don't use it though.
I used it last night. So
you did use it last night. What did you watch last night?
I watched Happy Christmas.
and that's the one we were going to recommend.
I know.
And Melissa didn't love it.
No. It was okay.
So disappointed. So disappointed.
I know. It's a Joe Swanberg movie, which he's kind of like, I guarantee you know Joe Swanberg, even though you don't think you know him. He's been in a lot of stuff, but he's just a random guy that is in like the background or a secondary part. Bye, Melissa. But then he's a writer, director, and actor, and he has 3 movies, I think, right now on Netflix at least. He has Happy Christmas, Drinking Buddies, and there's a movie with Greta Gerwig, which the name is escaping me right now, that's from a few years ago that I really want to see. It's about them being in a long-distance relationship.
I did not know that.
Yes, and Georgia and I were talking about this before because George is the one that told me about Joe Swanberg, and then I forgot about it, and then I was like, Georgia, you should watch this Drinking Buddies. You'll love it. And she was like, yeah, I know. I told you
I
about
saw that.
it.
Done that.
Been there, done that. Welcome back, Melissa.
Thank you. I was going to run out of battery power, so I ran out
Oh, my God. That would have been embarrassing.
No.
Yeah, but he does very interesting movies. They feel like they're completely ad-libbed. I'm sure a lot of them are.
They are.
I can tell you for a fact they are, yeah.
Yes, and
Wait,
I don't.
how can you tell us that they are, Melissa?
Because of the overlap in dialogue. The fact that there's so much overlapping dialogue tells me that it's improv.
Okay, I can
Interesting.
accept that.
The only thing I would disagree with on that is what's his name that did oh god, Robert Altman? Is that his name? The guy that did oh my god. You guys talk
Uh,
amongst yourselves. I have to look this up. It's gonna
I
drive
know
me
which
crazy.
one you mean. It's got a whole bunch of people in it, right?
Yeah, it's
Ah,
hang on, let me look up Meryl Streep.
Melissa, you should
But
know this.
Georgia, why don't you talk about Happy Christmas?
Okay. Happy Christmas is a story about I don't want to say down on her luck, but kind of an irresponsible 20-something-year-old played by Anna Kendrick, who I have a serious crush on. Um, she breaks up with her boyfriend. She's a mess. She moves to Chicago to live with her brother and her brother's wife and their toddler to get her shit together, frankly. Am I allowed to say shit?
Yes,
The cocktail hour?
absolutely.
All right,
Yeah.
so she moves in, and she's just a mess. And it really is like they took the camera and plopped it down and said, we're going to sit here for 3 days and watch these people for 3 days, and then that's going to be the end, and we're going to go away.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I love about it. So it's basically, you've got, Melissa, I see that face. Sit there and be quiet. Drink your cotton candy drink. Wait, I left.
Melissa loves it. Melissa loves it. She loves that style. I think Georgia froze. But yeah, the she'll come back. Here she is. She's coming back. Yeah, but
right.
welcome
I'm
back,
back.
Georgia.
It's okay. I'm back. Wait, I'm not
You're
done.
back.
I'm not done.
Continue. Go.
So Anna Kendrick is just kind of learning to be around these people who have their lives together. It's a young couple and their child, and Melanie Linsky plays the wife, and she's a novelist, which I related to, and she has put her life on hold to raise their child, and now she's feeling like she needs something more. And it's a really interesting character study. I see that face, Melissa. I see you in the bottom corner of the screen. Just stop it. Stop it.
You too.
Really liked it, Nikki. I really liked it.
I loved it. I mean, but I really like that style of.
It's very improv. It's very off the cuff. There is no beginning, middle, and end. That's the thing Melissa doesn't like about it. There's no character arc, and I understand that. There isn't. There isn't a character arc. Nobody really grows because it's only a short period of time, and people don't change that fast. But I just found it so interesting to be. It's like you're a fly on the wall. It's like being a fly on the wall.
Yeah,
that's
I agree with that. And that's yes, Melissa, go.
It's not a bad movie. It's not. And if you are interested in a slice of life, take it for what it will. Here's my issue with it.
Yeah, ready.
Usually a movie is one of two things. Either it's a plot-focused movie where you're experiencing lots of interesting twists and turns that you either didn't see coming or somehow shocking or dramatic in some way, or if it's not that, it's often more of a character study where we see at least one character, generally it needs to be the protagonist, take some sort of journey where they are different from when they start at point A to where they end up at point B. The problem with this movie was it did neither, and it wasn't the style. I love the style. I love the improv. I love slice of life. It doesn't even have to have a beginning, middle, or end. I'm totally in favor of movies where we drift into someone's life and then drift out again. The problem is that if we're doing that for I think the example was 3 days, they have to be a significant 3 days. Why are we making a movie about these 3 days as opposed to another 3 days? And because I can't answer that question, I don't really get what the movie was.
Oh, I see. Well, if that will bother you, then you guys won't like it. But
hey, I still laughed. There were still conversations that made, amused me. So it was, I think it was 90 minutes or so well spent. But in terms of movie making, I have some questions for that director.
That's totally understandable. I totally get where you're coming from. That's a very valid problem that you had with it. There you go. But it did have some hilarious moments in it, like the watching Lena Dunham and Anna Kendrick babysit a kid is like one of my favorite things ever. And then when they talk about their batting back and forth at the end of the movie in the credits,
the entire movie
is the whole movie. If the whole movie was just them sitting on the couch talking about how to write erotica,
right?
I would watch it.
I laughed out loud through half of that.
For our audience in particular, probably, I think the thing we all have in common is books and writing. That part is interesting. That part is something that is personal to us and probably to the people who might tune into this broadcast. So for that reason, I do think it's an interesting watch.
Well, plus
absolutely.
There's a scene between Anna Kendrick and Melanie Linsky, and Melanie Linsky is a novelist and a literary novelist, and Anna Kendrick sits down and says to her, you know, you should just write trashy sex novels because you'll make a lot of money. And it's kind of hilarious because
she's like, just write a book in like 3 days. What's it take? 3 days?
Right,
write a book.
exactly. And it's adorable because she's so, her heart is in the right place, and she's trying to say, hey, here's the solution. And Melanie Linsky is like,
it's just like, that's not exactly how writing works, but I appreciate the effort. But then she starts thinking, well, you know, maybe why not? Let's give it a try. And she goes ahead and tries it.
And that scene, I agree with Melissa, that scene is very ad-libbed. You can tell by watching it that they're just kind of rolling with it. Which is awesome.
It's hilarious. But he also has a movie called Drinking Buddies, which is also very good.
Right. Well, and if you like Olivia Wilde, who has really come so far from, hi, I'm really, really pretty, to, you know what, I can act. This is a great showcase.
She was really good in it. And
really good in this.
I like it because everybody in that movie, I mean, it's like they're two best friends, and they have partners. And Anna Kendrick is also in that one. And,
right, because Joe Swanberg loves her.
Yeah, but then, you know, they're having some issues because their friendship is getting a little
too close.
Blurred, a little too close. And it's nice because both of their partners are so sweet. They're such sweet people that they might just not necessarily be for them. Right. And also you can tell that even though these two have a romantic connection, you can also tell how they might be absolutely horrible for each other. So it's interesting to watch how the dynamics shift kind of in that movie. And there is no resolution to this movie. Because
it's a Joe Swanberg movie.
It's a Joe Swanberg movie. So be prepared if you're watching a Joe Swanberg movie to just be like, what? Then what happens?
Right. You're a fly on the wall, and then you're not.
Yeah. But I liked the journey that one took anyway. So it was good. And I want to talk about really quick, just because Kate and Michael started watching it, and they really like it, and now I have to watch it, is for those American Horror Story fans, if you're wanting something kind of similar, Georgia, what's that called? The show? Darknet. It's a Canadian show. And you want to describe it a little bit?
Do some stuff really well. We don't give them enough credit. They've got some good stuff.
I mean,
I find that a lot of the times we go, oh, Canadian. But you know what? There are a few diamonds in the rough, and that's one of them. I don't want to say it's Twilight Zone-ish, but it kind of is. It's got a lot of little stories that end up interconnecting as you go along. It gets a little bloody, as I said to you in text today. Some of it got a little bloody for me, but if you're a horror fan, it's worth watching. It's streaming on Netflix. I think it's a bunch of episodes, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
Yeah, because it's only like 30-minute episodes, I think, so you can sit down and punch through some if you want.
Yeah,
it's not like you have to get drained.
Along those lines, there's a British one called, I just watched it, what the hell is it called?
I don't know, you're never going to remember it.
It's okay, I'm going to look it up.
All right, you look it up, and then I'll just stare at myself. Hey. Hey. But yeah, but I mean, everybody likes different stuff on. Oh, Georgia Beers joined this video call. Thank God, because I missed her. But Melissa, you don't watch a ton of Netflix.
Not a ton.
But you love iTunes, and I've never rented on iTunes ever. But
yeah, I do most of my rentals through iTunes, and it's a great way to catch movies that you missed. I'm a big theater buff as well. I prefer to go to the theater whenever possible, which is why MoviePass is so great. But when I miss something,
we love your MoviePass.
Generally, what I go to rather than Netflix, because they don't tend to get them as quickly, and I can't wait for the mail. I'm too impatient. So
yeah,
I rent them.
That sounds like me because I remember back in the day when well, basically any time before there was Netflix, etc., and I would be like, I really want to watch this movie, but if I couldn't find it and it wasn't in the rental, I would go to 4 different movie stores until I could find it and buy it, just
Yep,
because I
I
wanted
feel
to watch it that one
yeah.
time. Yeah, but you watched Boyhood and you loved it, right?
I
What did you
did.
tell?
Boyhood, kind of what I described before. It's not a movie with a lot of plot twists and turns, and it is a good 3-hour movie, so that you know you're in for quite a chunk of time when you sit
I
down to
checked it
watch.
this morning. It's 2 hours and 44 minutes.
Right, and if
Good.
you were to sit down in a movie theater, they're going to add 15 minutes of previews on top of that, so you're in for quite a bit. But conversely to Happy Christmas, there is lots of character arcs happening for multiple characters, and you watch their journey over 12 years and how they grow and change and their ideas about life shift and they become new people. And I am someone in the theater who often looks at their watch, not because they're bored, but just because they're wondering, like, how much time do we have left in this particular story? And in Boyhood, I didn't do that one time.
Oh, that's a
I
good
was
sign.
so caught up. Yeah, I was caught up the whole time. But I think you have to know going in that this is an action adventure. There's, they're not going to suddenly kill off the main character necessarily, but they might do something that shocks you just as much on a smaller character scale.
And that director loves that style of looking at different changes in relationships because what's the trilogy that he did with Ethan Hawke again?
During sunset and after sunset or something like that. What is it, Melissa?
It's Sunrise, Sunset, and Midnight or something like that.
Yep.
Before Midnight is the last one. Yeah.
Or Midnight. Yes. Yeah, but that's a similar idea where he made one movie with Ethan Hawke and what's her name, who I forget, of course, because I didn't even look it up.
Julie Delpy.
Yeah, and then years later they made a second one as later in their relationship, and then they just came out with another one not too long ago. So I think this is kind of his shtick. He's kind of obsessed with seeing how relationships change over time, which is cool because nobody really does that so much. I mean, they do it.
I think he's really kind of throwback to the naturalistic movement when everyone was so into understanding the psychology of the human being and how they operate and what makes them do things. And most of his work is very much in homage to that, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely true. I agree with that 100%. But it's good, right? It's good.
It is good, and it's interesting if you read a little bit of the research how he came to be. There's 2 kids in the family, and in the beginning we're following both of them, and then midway it really does take a turn and focus more on the brother as our protagonist, and the sister kind of falls to a supporting role. And then reading about it afterwards, it turns out that over time, and the actress playing the sister is Linklater's daughter, she just didn't want to do it anymore. So he started.
So he's like, okay, well, you're secondary now.
Her role, and that really dictated the plot and what would happen in the film was because she just wasn't into it. So he focused it all on the one kid, and it came out great for it. So
that's kind of genius, actually.
She has to be killed off, I think.
She's like, can't you just kill me? It'll be drama for your movie, Dad.
She begged him to be in the movie, and then as she became like a preteen, she was totally over it. Yeah.
She was like, I'm over you, and I'm over your face, and I'm over your movie.
Dad.
Hey,
Dorothy,
did you find it?
Yes, it's called Black Mirror.
Black Mirror.
Yeah, it's a British. I guess it'll be considered horror, but it's not really. It's almost sci-fi. I think you'll really like it. And again, it's small episodes of maybe 45 minutes to an hour, a little Twilight Zone-ish, but futuristic. It's interesting. I think you should check it out.
I could go for that. I could go for a slice of that. And I don't know if anybody watches the HBO shows. I mean, everybody knows Game of Thrones and the big HBO shows, but if anybody gets a chance to watch Togetherness, I would highly recommend it.
Is Melanie Linsky in that too?
Yes, Melanie Linsky.
I love her.
And the guy, Melissa, what was that movie?
Mark Duplass.
With, him.
Mark Duplass.
Mark Duplass, that guy.
Thank you.
He's in it, and then Amanda Peet is in it. She's actually really good in it. And it's all about
Oh, this is that Showtime show.
Is it Showtime? I thought it was on HBO.
No, one of the two. Yeah.
Oh, well, it's on one of the big movie channels.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. You know what it is. And then there's also another show.
Not HBO.
What's that?
I thought it was HBO. I'm looking it up.
It's one of those two.
It says Togetherness, HBO. Yes.
I was just reading about it the other day.
And there's
thank you.
Hi, thank you. Did you bring us some?
Yep, it's on its way, right there with that first knit hat you mailed Georgia.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that hat.
Oh, Nick's drunk, so sorry.
I know. You guys don't know this, but I made Georgia a hat and the mail ate it. I have to turn my light on. Hang on a second. Okay. Yeah, but whatever. I don't want to talk about it. It's horrible.
Is your room green?
No, it's just the lighting. It's
Melissa, does that look green or is it my eyes?
Yeah, I have to say that from here, Nikki, the room looks green.
Thank you.
Well, it's not. You're going to have to take my word for it. But there's another show on HBO that's excellent called...
To be honest, Georgia's does too, so...
Oh.
Wait, what?
Yours looks green too, so they both look green to me.
No, mine is brown, so okay, that's
Don't
all
worry
right.
about it, everything's green.
Right.
But there's another show called Looking.
Oh yeah, it's a boy show, right?
It's a boy show. It's gay boys and they're awesome because they're like normal. Because I couldn't watch Queer as Folk so much. I was okay, but like, I love Looking. Melissa, what's wrong?
Looking stars my gay boyfriend Jonathan Groff. He is so cute. I just want to pat him on the head.
Isn't he the cutest?
Wait. Do you guys know who Jonathan Groff is?
I call him Groff Sauce. I don't know.
He's Kristoff from Frozen. Thank you very much.
Oh yes, I knew that, and from Glee.
Well, and from like Broadway fame. Hello.
In Broadway, but he's excellent.
He's Kristoff from Frozen.
I'm sorry, he's Kristoff from Frozen.
Like circa 2 years ago, but his whole life. Okay.
We're not gonna have this argument right now, girls. Okay, but he's so good in it, and what's his name from Being Human, who's like huge in the UK and is like a gay boy fantasy in the UK, and my brother-in-law's favorite. He stalks him a little bit, but anyway, it's a really excellent show because they're the kind of people and characters that I genuinely like and I would want to hang out with, and I feel like some of them are my actual friends because some of them are very reminiscent of my friends that live here. So it's a really, really good show. Mm-hmm. I highly recommend you guys watch it. So up next, because we've already been talking a long time, but
we do
this every time. I know. I was like, it'll be a quick show. It'll be.
This is why you cut us from 4 movies to 3. Remember?
No. So anyway, let's talk about some movies that we've seen in the theater.
Okay.
Georgia, have you seen any lately?
Of Oscar movies are you talking about?
No, any movies. Any movies you've seen in the theater.
Yeah. So last one I saw was The Imitation Game.
Ooh, excellent. We've all seen those, and it's because you saw it too, Mel, right?
Yeah, I love that movie.
Wasn't it so good?
Yeah.
And highly, highly Oscar worthy.
Yeah. He's not going to get it, but I wish that he would.
I know he was excellent. Although this is like one of the toughest Oscar categories I think I've seen in a while.
I completely agree with you. It's going to be a toss-up because I think that Michael Keaton has it, but I think that Benedict Cumberbatch is like a little bit of a spoiler. Wait, Eddie Redmayne. Eddie Redmayne.
Yeah. I still haven't seen that one. That's next.
I think we need to do an Oscar prediction podcast.
I think we should. We'll do it like the week before the Oscars or something, and then
because by then I will have seen most of them.
I'm going to see all of them. That's the plan. Well, not all of not every single Oscar movie. That would be ridiculous. But
that would be ridiculous. Well, it's not ridiculous because I bet Melissa has seen most of them.
Most, but not all. I'm hoping to see Selma tonight.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah. Our plan was to see a very violent year, which I'm extremely excited about.
Most violent year. Most violent.
Most violent year. And then we were going to see Selma tomorrow, but that didn't work out. So we're either gonna see A Most Violent Year tomorrow or Selma. So we'll be seeing some David Oyelowo movie.
Oh, yellow. Oh, yellow.
Oh yeah, but it's Oyelowo.
Yeah.
There you go. It's got the word yellow in it.
Yeah. Oh, Yellowo.
Wait, say it's what?
Oh, Yellowo.
Oyelowo.
Somebody needs to cut her off.
I know. No more Fireball for Georgia Beers. Okay, so, but I'm going to see one of those. But Imitation Game is fantastic, and Keira Knightley, who I'm kind of meh about. Did she fall out of her chair?
I think something went
Not Keira
wrong
Knightley.
over there.
We might have lost Georgia, but she'll come back. It's fine. But Keira Knightley, I like Keira Knightley, but sometimes I like her meh, and sometimes I like her a lot. It depends. Me and my wife have decided that she's very good in the 30s and 40s. When she's playing someone in like the 30s and 40s, she's very good. She was excellent in Atonement, and she was excellent in
Did you
this
see her
movie.
in Bend It Like Beckham?
Yes, back in the Dizzy.
She was good in that.
She was good in that, but that was like, super forever long ago. But she's done, some meh ones since then, but she can be really, really good, and I think she shined in this movie.
I feel exactly the same way.
I know, right? We were worried about you a little bit.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay, but you're
I
back.
feel
It's fine.
exactly the same way about Keira Knightley. I can take her or leave her. I'm kind of ambiguous. She was really, really good in the Imitation Game. Surprisingly.
Yes, and I felt like her and Benedict had excellent chemistry together. Not romantic chemistry, just like they worked really well together.
And if nothing else, this movie is a fabulous history lesson. Because I didn't know all this stuff about Alan Turing. And I saw, what's the one with Kate Winslet? The Enigma game? Is that what it's the
Enigma Code?
Enigma. It's about
maybe. I never saw it.
It's about them breaking the Enigma code. It was 5 years ago, 6 years ago. It's Kate Winslet and I don't remember who else. Same storyline, very similar. Alan Turing, how they broke the Enigma code. I saw that, but this one was
what, they broke it? Spoiler. Just kidding. It happened like.
This one was more intricate, and it was really. I didn't know all this stuff about Alan Turing.
He was a fascinating guy.
Well, and you're at the same time like cheering and really, really angry.
Yes. You want to smack him because you're like, you know what, dude, you just need to chill out and just focus and like quit being so spazzy. But I mean, he has Asperger's, correct?
Yeah, I mean they don't say that, but it's clear to me that the production took that route, and without implicitly using
I don't know if that was true or not, but I mean, I think he was supposed to be very difficult to work with, so I think they just
I don't remember who it was, but somebody said to me that he's either really, really unaware of humor and sarcasm, or he knows it way too well, and you're not sure which of that it is. And Benedict Cumberbatch plays it perfectly. He's amazing in this movie. I really was impressed. And I watched Sherlock, and I love him anyway, but he was really good in this.
And he's Smaug in The Hobbit. He plays a damn fine dragon.
Of course he is.
Of course he is. You should see him when he was doing his like rehearsals and filming. He was like acting as the dragon the entire time, and I was like, of course you were. I love you, Benedict.
He's a cool guy. I like him a lot.
He's a cool cat. Like my crush, I love him, but then sometimes I'm like, but there's Tom Hiddleston. I love him a lot too. But it goes back and forth. But I love him most.
Life is so hard.
I know, it's the struggle is real. Melissa, you want to talk about one that you've seen?
Yeah, I've seen several recently, but the one that sticks out in my head to bring up would be American Sniper, because there has been so much controversy back and forth from the right and the left about this particular movie that I really did shelter myself from what is going on? Okay.
I just shut in the door. I didn't want to be disturbed while you were talking.
Okay.
Continue.
So, yeah, I sheltered myself from those write-ups until I saw it. I wanted to see it kind of with a clean slate, and it was a moving film. It was well made. The story was well told. I have nothing but complimentary things to say about it. And then reading about it, it seems that the public, whatever side of politics you fall on, seems to be fixated on the film versus real life. Mm-hmm. And my advice would be to not do that. To go and see this movie and take it as the journey of a soldier. Mm-hmm. We really should make journey a drinking word because we say it so much. That,
yes.
But it really, it is the journey of a soldier, not just necessarily Chris Kyle, this particular soldier, but the story of probably a lot of different soldiers. There are some facts that we know that we can validate about Chris Kyle as they relate to this movie, and some of them are true and some of them aren't. But we're talking about a movie here, and so there's going to be some dramatization and some fictionalization. So I think it's best not to focus on those kinds of things and take it for what it is, a film.
Mm-hmm. It's a film. Yeah, and really, I think that, if you can take it as like where he's representing many soldiers at once, going through which a lot of times movie people have to do to kind of make it more relatable and more interesting, and because you have to sell it to an audience and you have to make it something enjoyable and you have to make it relatable, and it helps to take a lot of struggles that different people would go through and have that embodied in one character as opposed to, making it extremely true to life. But some people are like, no, it has to be extremely true to life. But it doesn't necessarily have to be, not for my entertainment.
Right.
But
no. I'm looking forward to
seeing it. I find it kind of very interesting because American Sniper, you'll take the same things and different factions will be arguing about it, and they're both using the same things to argue their side, which
Did you see it?
No, I haven't seen it yet. But I find it very fascinating because you see this a lot in politics as well, where somebody's like, well, this obviously shows that this completely extreme thing. And then the other group will say, well, this same exact fact obviously shows the complete opposite. And it's really interesting. But you just don't go in trying to do that. Don't look for something. If you look for something, you'll find it. And that just ruins the whole thing.
Well, and a friend of mine, actually, Chuckles' mother, Nikki, she read the autobiography, or not the autobiography, the memoir, and she said it's really fascinating. That he's kind of a fascinating guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't think he's very easy on himself in the book.
No, and I don't think he's necessarily. I don't want to say a good man, but I think like most human beings, he's got flaws. He's
flawed, and they show that, and that's fine.
Yeah. Exactly. Now this is interesting. My friend Mike, who is pretty well versed in video and movies and stuff like that, he thinks, and maybe I should save this for the Oscar show, but I'm not going to. He thinks that Clint Eastwood is going to take director for the Oscars because he won't take Best Picture. What do you think, Melissa?
I think it's very possible. I think that you're not going to get a fair showing for this movie because of how political it is. So we'll never get to see what it could do at an award show standing on its own two feet. It's going to be colored and behind whatever glasses you happen to wear, and that's unfortunate.
Well, in the past 2 years at the Oscars, it's been split, hasn't it? Has it been 2 years now that it's been director for one movie and the movie's been something else?
Oh, I don't know.
Because Ben Affleck did not get director, but Argo got movie.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to remember what was the year before. I don't know. I'll look it up.
I think a lot of that is kind of political. So it's
running.
It's what they feel like people are owed or whatever for whatever reason. So it's never really all about the very best possible performance.
Well, there's always politics. There's always
other stuff going on. So
there's always politics.
Well, we can always make our random guesses. and be as long
Yes.
as everybody
We need
else.
to do it. Yeah, we need to do an Oscar show. Definitely.
We'll do one, I promise. We'll announce it.
I've got my picks.
I don't even remember when the Oscars are, but we'll announce it.
Wait, I'll look. They're the 20.
Georgia on the spot.
Yeah.
The 20. If they're Sunday, they're the 22nd. If they're Monday, they're the 23rd.
So we're generally in that area, so we'll try to do one the week before. Yeah. Melissa will join us if she's not crazy busy. But if you want something,
what are you talking about?
But if you want something that's a little bit chiller, if you don't want to be really sad and emotional in a movie, maybe you might want to go see Paddington because it's really cute.
How cute is that?
We took my niece and nephews while I was visiting my sister, and we took them to go see Paddington, and I was the only one in the whole family that cried because that
doesn't surprise me at all.
Well, the thing is I assign actual personalities and emotions to my stuffed animals because to me they are living, breathing entities, and whenever it's
Melissa, a real, are you surprised by that? Wait, Melissa, are you surprised by that?
No, I mean
Melissa
I do
it too.
No, I'm talking about you, Nikki.
But
Melissa
see, the thing is,
I'm surprised that you assign to your stuffed animals, and neither am I.
I know, but it's really cute. But then whenever it's a live talking, being adorable stuffed animal, then I'm like, I can't take it.
This is Elfie. This is Elfie. I've had Elfie since I was like 6.
See, I would give him a special place, and I would give him a blanket.
He's got a place right here on my desk. See? He helps me when I get writer's block.
But it's nice because Lord Grantham from Downton Abbey is in it, and you get to see him in drag, which is really funny. And he doesn't make a very attractive woman, but you know what? He goes for it, and I appreciate that. And the actress whose name I looked up before this, and now I don't remember, but she was in Blue Jasmine. She played the sister.
Sally Hawkins.
Yeah, Sally Hawkins plays the wife.
I'm good at this shit.
Yeah, you're like the name rememberer. I'm like what's that dude with that dame in that movie about chickens?
Sam Jones.
Yes, there you go. So, but it was really, really adorable. I don't know if a bunch of people will see it because, you know, Americans are ridiculous and they're like, oh, it's British.
You know what? It got really good reviews.
It's a very good movie, and it does have some sad bits, but Nicole Kidman is very humorous as a taxidermist that works at the museum. And I have to tell you guys, as someone that is familiar with museums, that is...
Why? Why are you familiar with museums? I don't understand.
I know, but here's the deal, is that there are people whose job it is to go and collect specimens for museums. And she wants to collect him as a specimen, so she's the villain.
That's so wrong.
But that's how museums get their specimens. So next time you go to the mammal hall, you'll know it's because they were put there. They didn't find them on the side of the road, people. I'm sorry to make you sad about that, but they do it in kind of a humorous way, actually. Like, you go in to the museum and you see all the animal heads on the wall, and then you go into her secret back room and it's all the animal asses on the other side. So it's like she stuffed the whole, which is kind of funny. So it takes something that's like kind of really scary for kids and for me, but then it makes it a little bit more humorous. But it was really, really sweet.
And the reviews on it across the board are quite strong by both the public and the critics alike. So I think it's a pretty safe bet to go see Paddington.
Exactly, and it's a... Did I say it's adorable? Because it is. And he just wants to eat marmalade and wear his hat.
Who doesn't want to eat marmalade?
Who doesn't just want to eat marmalade and sit around? I do. But coming up, there's a ton of really good movies out there right now. We want to go see that horrible sci-fi movie that everybody's making fun of right now.
Jupiter Ascending.
Jupiter Ascending. And I don't care. We love.
Oh, Nikki!
We love ridiculous sci-fi movies, and so we're gonna love it. But also very excited.
His way out of a paper bag.
Oh, I love him. Don't speak of him.
He's beautiful to look at. I agree with you.
And I love him. He's adorable.
He can't act. He cannot. I can act better than he can. Oh, I know. Melissa, you saw Foxcatcher.
Foxcatcher. Boom. All right. Mic drop.
I'll give him this much.
Okay. But
he's cute. If he could just
very
be in the corner of the screen and be all handsome, that's fine. I'm good with that.
Yeah, but we are very excited about that movie. I don't care if it sucks. We're gonna go see it, and we're gonna love it. But
I'm sad
also,
it's not doing well.
I know. Well, yeah, but you can't introduce a sci-fi action movie at Sundance and expect it to do good.
It's not really the right crowd, is it?
You gotta know your audience. So, but you know what? It's fine. It'll be fine. But we're gonna go see Selma, and Mel's gonna go see Selma.
Yeah, I'm gonna see that soon too.
I still have to see Theory of Everything.
Me too.
I
have to see Whiplash. I haven't seen Whiplash. Have you seen that?
Yeah, we're gonna go see that. Mel, have you seen
Melissa, did you see that?
No, it's on the list.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think, there was one other thing on my. Oh, Still Alice. Because I'm telling you, Julianne Moore has that locked up.
Oh, yeah. That's playing at our, we have an independent film theater in
It's
DC.
not here yet. Do you have it already? Oh,
yeah.
I'm so
Well,
hungry.
no, wait. I'm not sure. I have to double check it. But I know we have Whiplash there. And I think that one was at least coming there if it's not there already. But
Whiplash came and went from here already, so I'm not going to get to see that. But
we're going to go see it with our movie pass. Which I can't recommend high enough. Maybe you want to
get one of those. I got to get me one of those.
You got to get you one of those. I mean, it's really good. Yeah. But do you guys have any other recommendations before we sign off? Melissa?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say no. Because I think that we've given enough to think about at this point. So
I think so too. I mean, I think that we've mentioned things that are good for everyone. And if you want to see Boyhood, and if you have Netflix, and if you don't mind waiting, it is available on disc. We have it out there actually. We just haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, it's at my house. It's at my house and your house. That's why nobody else can have it now.
Oh, we already took the 2 copies. So.
Exactly.
Sorry, everybody. But we'll give it back eventually.
I just watched the other day on Netflix. I watched Stephen King's A Good Marriage.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, well, Netflix has this new thing where I think they kind of pay attention to what you watch, and then they send you an email that says, "Hey, we just added this. You might like it."
Oh.
Well, interestingly, I started watching the movie, and about 15 minutes in, I thought, this is very familiar to me, because I read the short story.
Oh, I've never read that short story.
There's a short story collection from, I want to say 2012, maybe 2013, called Full Dark, No Stars. That I'm not a huge Stephen King fan. I have some of his stuff. I like some of it. That was cool. And I bought that because of the short story called Big Driver, which was a Lifetime movie.
Oh.
Also on Netflix.
Yes, all Lifetime movies are now on Netflix, everybody.
Yes, Maria Bello is in that movie, and it's about a rape victim who is left for dead but is not dead, so seeks revenge on her rapist.
Very fun. I could watch that.
I forgot that there are like 3 other short stories in this collection, so I'm watching A Good Marriage, and I'm thinking, this is really, really familiar to me. I feel like I know what's going to happen because...
It's because you did.
It's really good, and it stars Joan Allen. God damn it.
Okay. It shows John Allen, God damn it. But, well, you guys can watch that too, and also any other Lifetime Movie Network movies are all on Netflix right now. So if you want to do like a Lifetime Movie Sobfest for Valentine's Days, go for it. Because you can watch it for hours. Welcome back, Georgia!
Yeah, my internet's got some good timing, doesn't it?
But it's fine.
Well, as I was saying,
yes,
it's a really good. It's Joan Allen and Anthony LaPaglia, and I'm very sad to say that Joan Allen is doing stuff to her face.
I'm sorry, you hate
That's
that.
the first thing I noticed.
I know.
You know how I feel about that, Nikki.
I do. You really, really hate it.
Just age. We all age. Just age, for God's sake.
But don't worry, because I feel like that's the future of Hollywood. There are more and more actresses that are saying, you know what, that's just not worth it. I'm not even going to bother.
Well,
so
I have to tell you, Erin Cummings is a friend of mine, as you guys know. She did a guest stint on the show Major Crimes 2 seasons ago. And Mary McDonnell is one of those women who I think is doing too much stuff to her face. and you see her
Mm-hmm.
on TV, and you're like, okay, her face does not move.
Mm-hmm.
And I said something to Erin about Mary doing too much stuff to her face. And Erin said, yeah, you know, Mary does too much stuff to her face. And I said to Erin, don't do that. Erin is like 38. I said, please don't do that to your face. Erin has been doing that to her face for 5 years now.
Yeah, because they
Because
feel like they have
HD
to.
television. She says it's HD. And if she doesn't do it, she will look like an old woman, which I disagree with, but that's just me. And if you
But I
want to
mean,
get a
it's
job
also
in
okay if you
Hollywood,
look like an old woman.
right? If you want to get a job in Hollywood, you have to be all smooth, and if you're a woman, you can't look older than 40, and it just frustrates the crap out of me.
I
So
know, but the tides are turning, I promise.
I haven't seen Joan Allen since
Yeah.
whichever Bourne movie she was in.
Oh, right.
So she walks on screen, and she's got these weird cheekbones, and I just was so sad.
I know, but it's going to be okay, Georgia Beers.
Oh,
It's going to be okay. But we should probably wrap this up because Melissa probably has a lot of homework.
she's got a ton of homework. I told her we would do it for her, but, you know, she's not buying that.
You should totally let Georgia do it for you after one more fireball.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
I
Right.
totally would. You would get an A. You would get an A.
It would get an A.
You doubt me.
Hey, what the hell is this?
I'm a writer.
But yeah, if you guys have suggestions about what movies that you'd like me or us to talk about on Netflix, because sometimes people think about, you know, getting other people's opinions on such and whatnot, and I've considered having an on-demand kind of Flicks and Swizzle Sticks where somebody can call in or email me, nikki@cocktailhour.us, and then you can put in a suggestion, hey, I'm curious to know what you think about this movie on Netflix.
That's a great
Email
idea.
me. I'll watch it if I have time, or if I don't get bombarded by 18 different things, and then we'll watch it and then we'll talk about it. And it would be really awesome if you could throw in some really horrible ones. It'll be like Mystery Science Theater 3000, which I love. So feel free to do that, and we'll be back next month with another regularly scheduled show, unless Georgia wants to use the webcam again, in which case we'll be here sooner.
I love my webcam. Isn't it awesome?
I know, you look really good.
Thank you.
But thank you for joining us, and Melissa, thank you for taking time out of your extraordinarily busy schedule
Crazy busy.
play with our
Ah,
webcams.
I was glad. It was fun to talk to you guys about movies again. It's been a little while.
It's been a
Melissa,
long
I
time
wanna
and we
point
missed
out-
you.
Wait, Melissa, her teeth look
Yes.
fabulous, don't they?
Your teeth look amazing.
Thank you. Awesome.
All right, thank you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!
Bye.